We respectfully request the Sangha of great virtues for the sake of this assembly and all living beings. Please turn the wonderful Dharma wheel to teach and guide us how to end birth and death, leave suffering and attain bliss, and quickly realize non-birth. Cung kính Đại Đức Thắng Thịnh, vì thứ Pháp vội cập nhật thiết chúng sanh, xin chuyên diệu pháp luân giao đạo ngã mùng, như há liêu sanh thoát từ ly khổ đạc lạc, thất chứng vô sanh. Homage to the Blessed, Noble, and Perfectly Enlightened One. Nam mô Sananto Sư Chế Đô Ye Ở La Hư Đi San Miao San Pu Tô Xie. Nam mô Tát Đắc Tha Tô Già Đa Già A La Hán Đế Tam Miệu Tam Bồ Đà Toa. The unsurpassed, profound, subtle, and wonderful Dharma in 100,000 million aeons is difficult to encounter. Now I am able to see and hear, I will receive and maintain it. I vow to fathom the thus come one's true and actual principles. Wu shang sheng sheng wei miao fa bai jian, 万劫难遭遇，我今见闻得受持，愿解如来真实义。All Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Great Master Jingliang, Great Master Thichvinhhoausa, all good monks and nuns and all good knowing advisors, 阿弥陀佛。诸佛菩萨、精良大士、师父上人、各位出家人、各位上智师，阿弥陀佛。Chư Phật Bồ Tát, kính thưa Thanh Lương Đại sư Tượng Thiện Hóa, quý thầy cô và quý vị thiện tri thức A Di Đà Phật. Hello everyone, today is the 11th of August 2024. We're here at Way Mountain again to continue discussing the first chapter of the Avatamsaka Sutra. We're right now on slide 678. Thank you all for joining us. We are at the verse section of this chapter that describes, that introduces us to the world rulers of the second desire heaven. Okay, so before, just as a reminder for you that this sutra was spoken by the Buddha to the Bodhisattvas. It's meant to teach Bodhisattvas because even Bodhisattvas don't even know about these things. When the Buddha spoke the Avatamsaka Sutra, the Bodhisattvas and Mahasattvas, especially Mahasattvas, typically with their retinues would come to attend a lecture from all over the universe, infinite universe. And so this information here is meant to open the minds of the Bodhisattvas. Is way beyond us. We are mortals, we're mere mortals, and therefore we're a little bit outclassed. But then why are we studying this? because of this secret. If the way you go about this is that this chapter, for example, describes the world rulers, meaning these are the celestial beings who are kings who rule over all the heavens of a galaxy, okay, of a Buddha land. And so in the universe, there are infinite number of galaxies, as the scientists have finally discovered, have finally come to believe in, although they have no proof. Okay, we the Buddhists know it already, that the universe has infinitely many Buddha lands, many galaxies. So each galaxy there, it's huge, has a lot of small worlds, a lot of worlds. And so each world has the different heavens. So one tiny world within this galaxy here has a lot of worlds, okay? And there are so many of these small worlds within one galaxy. And so therefore, in order for it to function properly, we need to have the police. And we need to have a ruler. Does it make sense? Otherwise, chaos will reign. Okay? And so these rulers, the world rulers in this chapter 1 here, is the introduction to this concept where the world is a lot more orderly than you think. Just don't think it's only Democrats and Republicans and orange face and so forth. Okay? Again, don't worry, G.I. Joe, I'm Democrat again. As long as I'm down south, I'm Democrat. Okay? Well, up there, up north, Republican. Okay, so the world is not just the Republican Democrats, it's a tiny subset of a small group of like a tribe, if you will, okay, in this galaxy. Okay? So you see, in order for this galaxy to function properly, they must have a world ruler, have different rulers of different levels of heavens. Isn't it fascinating? Why should we only reserve this for bodhisattvas? We should know it too. Because if we have the proper attitude, the proper approach, then we get similar benefits as the bodhisattvas, mahasattvas. What is the attitude? Number one, realize how small and insignificant we really are. We're not that important. If tomorrow we get hit by a bus, the world won't miss us. Our wife probably move on very shortly. Okay? That's life. And vice versa. If our wives get run over by a train, we move on too. Okay? That's just life. Okay? Life goes on. Okay? We're not that important. We're not as important as we really believe we are. Because in the scheme of things, our effect on this galaxy is so tiny, so insignificant. So whatever we do, it largely reflects ourselves. Okay? So that's why good and evil matters, because don't think you can do evil and really affect and destroy the world. You don't have that power. We're too weak. Okay? Because the world rulers are watching over us, and if we misbehave, they cut our heads off. Agree or disagree? Okay? If there's such a structure, then we really are so small, so insignificant. And therefore, you should be a lot more humble and cognizant that the one thing that matters is good and evil. Because good will bring us good things, evil will bring us bad things. There's no way to escape that. Okay? Be more humble, because we are really nothing. Doesn't matter how rich you are, how powerful you are. Your sphere of influence is a cocoon, practically. Okay? Number 2, it's not just be humility. The objective, the Avatamsaka Sutra, is open our Buddha's wisdom. It tells us about states that we're not aware of. They're like a world, and there's a ruler. Typically, the intellectuals, the scholars, have no clues. Okay, they wouldn't know anything about world rulers, celestial kings, and so forth. That's how limited, excuse me, Professor, their knowledge really is. Okay, and yet they're so full of themselves, thinking they are better than us. In a very small domain, yeah, you're better. But in a large domain, it's insignificant. Okay? So, it's not. So, how do we get the same benefits as the Bodhisattva, Mahasattvas, who this sutra is really designed for? In Buddhism, what's critical in Buddhism is to plant the seeds. Buddhism is basically farming, gardening. Okay? In order to farm, we all need to plant seeds. Okay? So what we're doing is, when listening to this sutra, discussing this sutra here, is to plant the seeds for Buddha wisdom. And not any kind of seeds, prajna seeds. Okay? These prajna seeds are automatically injected into your brains, whether you believe it or not. So the fact that sounds of this sutra, this information goes through your ears, it plants a seed. One more, and one more, and one more. Vajra seeds. Okay? In the future, these Mahayana seeds will help you become Buddhas. And before you become Buddhas, these Vajra seeds, believe it or not, will help you become, I don't know, a fireman. Anyone wanted to be a fireman? When I was younger, I wanted to be a pilot. Thank God. Okay? And then later I wanted to be a professional tennis player and found out I was too short. And so you go through these things. But these Vajra seeds actually are like, what is the thing they call the stem cells, right? With the one stem cell there, one Vajra seed there, it can morph into all sorts of cells. Yeah? Okay? That's a Vajra seed for you. Eventually, the more Vajra seeds you have, some of them will become a seed for you, become, I don't know, a housewife. Yeah. Thank you, Mama. Why you look at me like that? Okay? Housewife, a senator, orange face and so forth. It happens. Okay? We're not perfect. The seeds are not always perfect. There's some what do you call that when the seeds becomes bad? Mutated. Thank you. So that's how it happened, okay? Long live democracy. Never mind. You Republican, clearly, he doesn't find it funny. Okay, so believe it or not, these Vajra seeds are the source for you to become rich, powerful, world rulers, all those. So the more seeds you have, the better off you are. And what's a key point about these things that even though the Vajra seeds, the way you listen to the sutra is you simply listen and do not reject it. Just go one ear, goes out the other, no thinking. Hey, Jack, I want everyone to say hello to Jack. He's the first one that I met something like 20 years ago. Huh? Long Beach Monastery. 20 years ago. Would you believe? Yeah, good to see you. Are you in Taiwan now or back here?
No, the Bay Area. We'll be going to the Philippines on Tuesday.
Okay. Hope to see you again. Okay, thank you. Nice to meet you. Is it your wife or girlfriend?
Just regular friend.
Regular friend, okay. You have so many friends, I can't keep track of them. You remember him? Yeah, you do, right? It's Vicky. Hey, okay, later. So it's very important for you just to listen. Don't reject. Because this Vajra seeds in there and you say, I don't believe this. Okay? It really mutates the seeds. So be careful. Just listen. That's it. Okay? No judgment. Just let it go in and look at it as entertainment, on a very hot Sunday afternoon. What else are you going to do? Huh? Go to the beach? Nah, that's too weak. We come here and do the heat. No. You better take advantage of it because next year, I'm told that Jack and company are going to install some, a bit of air conditioning next year. So this is your last chance. Yeah, that's my boys and girls. We tough, man. The ACs are for weak people. Anyway, shall we get into the text? 678. The Buddha's body, vast and great, pervades the 10 directions. His wondrous, unrivaled form benefits all beings.
佛身广大遍十方，妙色无比利群生。
Okay, commentary slide is 679. The Buddha's body, vast and great, pervades the 10 directions. Okay, so when you hear of this, because the Buddha has 3 different bodies, when you see the body, Buddha body, so usually it's confusing. We don't know which one it's referring to, but the clue is that it pervades the 10 directions, meaning it expands. Wherever you go, it's still there. It's still the body. Therefore, it refers to the Dharma realm, which is simply the Dharma body of the Buddha. The Dharma body of Buddha is as huge as the universe. It's everything. Okay? And his wondrous, unrivaled form benefits all beings. So he also has this wonderful appearance, shape, or body that is unrivaled. I mean, in terms of, I don't know, in terms of beauty, in terms of whatever criteria you can have, you want to measure it with, is really unrivaled. Okay? And that form body there is designed to benefit living beings. And therefore, this first line here refers to the Dharma body. The second line here refers to the other two, reward body and transformation body. Okay? And so you see the Buddha, that's how it is. His real body, okay, is the entire Dharma realm. Everything. He has everything. Okay? And so look behind us. If he has everything, you really think we can impress them with a few grains of rice and vegetables as offerings? Think about it. So what is it for? See, we are making offerings to who? Shakyamuni Buddha, which is a transformation body of the real Buddha. See that? And so, see now, you see the example what Buddhas do. The real selves is the entire universe, which basically doesn't do much for us. It's unimaginable. We cannot possibly imagine what it is. We can't grasp it. So a second form of body is reward body, which is humongous. Okay? It's like a tall thing there. You cannot even see. It's tall as the sky. Okay? Probably higher than the international station, space station, where the two poor Americans are stuck up there. Yeah? Okay? It's tall like that. And then it's huge as the ocean. Okay? And so we cannot even see the reward body. Only bodhisattvas, some bodhisattvas are able to see the reward body because it's designed to impress the bodhisattvas. So when Buddhas speak Dharma, they usually use the reward body to speak Dharma. And it is so impressive that Bodhisattva says, "Wow, I thought I was rich. I had everything, But look at what this Buddha. He's just incredible. Okay, inconceivable even to Bodhisattvas. All right. So that's the reward body. Transformation body is for people like us. If we look at like a 8-foot tall person, you must be like some sort of weirdo, Anyone watch the Olympics? What is it? The French basketball player, the young one, 19-year-old, 20-year-old, what is it? Wambayaya, whatever. Ulambana, Wambayaya. How tall is he? 7'6". Yeah? So tall. Lanky, so long, like a string, skinny, long. Okay, that is. We look at that. Everyone says, "Wow, you're so tall. How's the weather up there?" That kind of thing. So people are thrown off by that. So that's why transformation bodies are within our realm. Where we are able to associate, connect, make a connection with. So I don't know exactly how tall Shakyamuni Buddha was, but I'd say within 8 feet or so. Still designed to impress. Wambayayayana. Okay. What's the tallest man in the world? Anyone remembers? I do read Ripley's, believe it or not. Clearly you don't. You guys are so uncultured. and you are people in the world, I'm a beggar? Wait a minute. Hey, no cheating, no chat GPT, yes 3.
I remember reading about him. His name was Robert Wadlow, and I think he was over 8 feet.
8 feet?
Yes.
8 feet plus. he had a lot of problem with the walking even. Yeah? Yeah. Buddha had no problems. I think he's around 8 foot, 8'4" or something. Buddha. It's okay. Don't quote me. Okay? Yeah, you found him? Thank you. See, I have someone here is pretty, open-minded, interesting. Yeah. Yeah? What does ChatGPT say? Tallest man in the Guinness Book of Record.
His name is Sultan Kosin. He's 8'2".
8'2"?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that sounds right. 8'2" by shrunk a little bit for aging. 8'2", like 30 years ago. And when you get older, you bend a little bit. Your spine. After 30 years, it shrinks a little. Okay. Yes, sir, too.
Thank you, Master. I appreciate you spending so much time on this small passage and with respect to being humble and recognizing my insignificance. If I say back what I'm hearing here, my take is the Buddha's body is like super big, like bigger than you can even figure out. And therefore, I am inside of the Buddha's body at all times.
No, you are part of his body. You're not inside. You're part of him. Meaning part of him is that's one cell there called Peter salvia, which is like a mutant cell.
I would like to be Wolverine. If that's
Wolverine? Okay, Wolverine. Okay, that's possible. The Vajra seed can do that.
Okay, thank you. So I'm Wolverine in the Buddha.
Yes.
And then, but I'm a part of the Buddha's body, which is
Yes.
ginormous.
Yes.
And this is really good and can benefit not just me, but me as the example, can benefit me. Why?
Why? Big picture. Big picture. Okay? I give you an example of something that's real right now for many people. Stock market. There's a bloodbath right now. Most people are losing their shirts if they're invested in stocks. Clearly, San Diego engineer owns no stocks. That's why he's so calm and collected. When I mention this, most people who own stocks say, yeah, I'm suffering so much. Okay? So there's a bloodbath right now that everyone is taking. If you invest in the stock markets, 90% of us are losing money. Okay? And so, because it doesn't make any sense. It's against all the analysis and so forth. But stock market is not always logical. It's not always rational. It's emotional as well. Okay? And so the point being that the smartest people cannot even time it, okay, consistently. Okay? So if you live your life and only gauge your success and failure based on the last month or so, you abject failure because of your stock investments. But if you were to have a bigger picture, think in terms of 10 years, 20 years, okay? Then this is but a blip. Okay? It's only because our vision is so short-sighted that we overreact. We don't have the big picture. So that's why if you have the big picture, you see the graph like this, the stock's going to be this way today, 3 months ago, it's going to go this way. And this current blip, okay, is suffering, but it's not the part. It's only a minor detail of the big picture. So therefore, it's very important for you to have the proper frame of reference. If your planning horizon only this much, you're suffering so much. Okay? If your planning horizon this much, it's okay. That's the nature of the beast. It zigzags. It moves up and down. Okay? So that's why we're talking about the big picture. If you gauge the meaning of your life based on the short period of 10 years, 20 years, 30 years of your career, okay, then you will be disappointed. You won't get very far. Okay? But if you plan ahead, then this short interval here will not affect the big picture. What's a big picture? As my introduction, number one, be humble because it's a lot bigger. We are not as important as we like to believe. And therefore, the only thing that matters is good and evil. That's what we need to instill in the people we care for. How? By being that ourselves. We do good without expecting to be rewarded, to be recognized. We just do good. Whether people yell at us, slander us, attack us, try to destroy us, ridicule us, doesn't matter, because we do it. The goodness right there doesn't need to be recognized by others. We'll be rewarded accordingly. We'll benefit from that accordingly. Okay? Naturally. So you don't have to worry about it. So how come I'm a good person? Why do bad things always happen to me? Oh, bad things happen to you because you only started doing good now. In the past, you've been a naughty boy. Now you're paying for it. So the big picture is that the thing that matters is to do good. Avoid doing evil. That's the timeline horizon I'm talking about. Don't be impressed by this lifetime only, this 10 years only. Bigger and longer. Yes, go for it.
Hello, Master.
Chào cô.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I have a question. So, how can we know that whether we do good or evil when we're not even wise enough to know what is evil, what is good ourselves? Like sometimes we think it's the good that we do, but it's actually is evil.
Don't always believe what your boyfriend tells you. Does it help?
No.
No. these young people are so brutal. There's no rules, no manners. How we know good and evil? It's funny that she's been studying Buddhism with us at Go Forest for over a year now. She still doesn't know what good and evil is. Something went wrong somewhere in Go Forest.
I'm asking is because sometimes we think we do good thing, but it's the ego that drives us, and it keeps telling us that we're doing good thing, but it's actually...
Xian Wen, it's all your fault. How long have you been stationed at Go Forest?
Almost 2 years.
XW. No, I'm talking to XW. Not you. Someone
Master, I
must take the blame for this.
Stay here 4 months. 4 months only.
4 months only? Look at her. Only 4 months. They're not really totally my fault. God. So whose fault is it? Oh, Abbott, how long were you in Go Forest? Were you there when the old monk was still there? No. The questioner, Han. Were you there when the monk was there? Did you?
Yeah, I was here when the Master C was here.
So that's the old monk's fault. So 4 months is Xian Wen's fault. The rest of the time is Master XC's fault, clearly. Okay, so how do you know? Okay, how do you know someone helps her out? We talk about the Avatamsaka Sutra, and she asked me what's evil, what's good. Oh my God, this is so embarrassing. Martina, what's good or what's evil? She has to think, oh my God. She's been with me like several years now. Yeah, 3.
What is good? I don't know, Master. My mind is in blank right now.
Mind is blank. Okay, nice. Okay, anyone else would like to care to pitch in? Yes, too. What's good, what's evil? How do we know? How can we make sure it's good and it's not evil? Reasonable question.
Thank you, Master. I don't know that I can ever be 100% sure something is good, but I think you can use as a rule of thumb, is this something that the Buddha would do, or is this something that Master Yonghua would do, or is this something that a Sangin would do? And if it doesn't fall under that category, then that's a pretty safe rule of thumb to say, maybe it's not good.
Okay. Anyone else? Yes, 9.
Thank you, Master. Din Tai says, it's good if it brings benefit to others, and it's evil if it causes harm.
Okay, anyone else? It's good when it is consistent with the rules of morality. So good for you is 5 precepts, 10 good deeds, or the 7 principles we taught you. All those are rules of goodness. For us bhikshus, 250 precepts. Bhikshunis, 348. Okay? So those are spelled out in Buddhism because of such questions. He said, how do I know? How can I be sure? Until you become enlightened, those are your guidelines. Don't deviate from them. Then you're safe. You'll be on the good side. When you cross the line, that's evil. When you become 1G or higher, the rules are relaxed. Okay, and so that's why the bodhisattvas sometimes come across as wishy-washy. sometimes good, sometimes evil. Okay, but since you're not you haven't been certified to be 1G or higher yet, it doesn't apply to you. All right? So the answer to the question number one is that don't think so highly of ourselves, because we are really insignificant. We don't have much of an impact as we'd like to believe, okay? And therefore, what the bottom line is that the only thing that really matters is good and evil. That's real. Whatever we think of ourselves or our ambitions or so forth and our accomplishments are so tiny and so, what's the term? Impermanent, insignificant. Doesn't matter how smart you are, doesn't matter how rich you are, doesn't matter how successful you are, okay? Your attainment is so insignificant. Brings to point number two. So, what is significant? Prajna, wisdom. It's the ultimate achievement. It's the ultimate prize. And this is what you all are prepped for. This is why we study the Avatamsaka Sutra, so that we have so many Vajra seats to open our prajna wisdom. Believe me, when we do this, okay, it's not about whether we cover the entire sutra or not. It's about the quality of the seats. Okay? It's very, very important. You know, they may have a lot. People might be reading the entire sutra in India, in China, in Vietnam, and so forth. Here we read only a few chapters because that's all the time we have for. Okay, but it doesn't mean that our seats are inferior in any way. Because you do it right, you plant the proper seats. Okay. Them people, they listen the Avatamsaka Sutra, they recite it daily and so forth, but they do it wrong. That's why they have mutated seats that became, so forth. All right? So it's very important for you to have the big picture and do not think small. What we have here today is pre-programmed. We came here thanks to our parents, okay? Because it's to carry out a mission, if you will, in a Saha world. So everything is premeditated already. Not everything, but there is a mission. Why we here? To pay off our debts, okay? To do this, to do that. And that's the bulk of our mission. That's been preset already. Okay? And that's part of this blip here. That's all. Do not discount the fact you have a lot more Vajra seats. And this blip here is part of this journey that we all are embarking on, have embarked on. That's the big picture towards Buddhahood. Questions? Does it help? Relax. It's no big deal. Okay? You get to enjoy it. You suffer. But don't overreact, because it's only a blip. Yes, 8. 9. Sorry. Doesn't look like 8 to me.
What is this? Okay, it's me. I don't know Spanish. Okay.
I've spent her life in California. She can't even count.
I can't count.
In Espanol.
Shows my limitation. So, Master, talking about right now is just a blip of this long, many lifetimes, let's say, right, of our experience. So,
Towards Buddhahood. It's a big prize. And you are on that journey. Believe it or not. You may say, oh, no, I'm Republican. Yeah, for now. I'm Vietnam for now. I'm China for now. Okay? No. It's part of this big picture. Yes.
talking about the big picture, I would venture to say maybe many of us, some of us, have been following you for lifetimes, maybe.
Of course.
So, since that's the case, sometimes it seems scary because
I can be very gentle too.
it's still scary.
Oh, bad. Come on.
Sometimes it seems scary because I guess I have to say, talking personally, we here at WMT, we have been very fortunate because we had you all to ourselves for so long. We were really lucky. I mean, when you think about it. So we've had just so much time to appreciate having been with you, having you all the time. And we are embarking with you as you continue on. And there's Gold Forest, there's Dharma Treasury, there's Korea, and beyond.
And there's AC units coming.
Oh my gosh.
Don't think I'm abandoning you. I know people have started whispering, Master is abandoning his house, SoCal. I said, no, it's temporary. I'm buying AC units. Yeah. So, is there a point?
I have no point.
That's a big picture. You don't worry. Just do good. Avoid evil. That's all it's all about. When you still can, try your best. That's all. Okay? Don't be so hard on yourself. Don't be so greedy. Don't be so short-sighted because we're on this journey. All of us are on this journey. Okay? Even Alma in the back here. Alma is Murali's master. She's in town, you know that? Anyone know about Alma? Yeah, see, the externalist there. She hugs you. You follow her and she hugs you and give you this energy. With Alba, you have to stretch yourself before you get energy. All you have to do is go to Alma, not Alba, okay? Alma, okay? And she hugs you and give you all this good feeling and with vibes. Anyway, how did we get there? Okay, continue. It doesn't matter, we gossip. You know that by now. It's too hot. His brilliance bedazzles all and everywhere, universally praised, contemplates and sees this path.
光明照耀，迷不及，此道普称能观见。
Okay, commentary slide 681. Master Xinhua explains that the pure light can shine on all beings, and it reaches all that light of compassionate brilliance. It reaches all living beings. The light is being equal. It does not discriminate between Chinese, Vietnamese, stupid and smart, and all are blessed by this. It's to benefit everyone. Okay, so and this is the imagery of Buddhism. Buddhism wisdom is about to see clearly. So the people who have wisdom, practicing wisdom, they emit this light. Why? To help us see clearer. It's that simple. It's a matter of physics. If you're near those people who have wisdom, you can see clearer. If you were to do it on your own, you will not be able to see as clearly. Therefore, you're bound to confuse evil and good, like the previous questioner from Go Force asked. I'm not sure I'm doing good, I'm really helping, I'm really harming. Okay? We can give you the fast rules, hard and fast rules, follow precepts, follow rules of morality as the Buddha taught us. Okay, but it's more than that. As I made the illusion earlier, that's when you're below 1G, you stick to the Buddha's teachings. But when you're 1G and above, now you have, the rules are altered. They're different. Okay, so that's why my peers, okay, when I joined my Dharma brothers under my Chinese master, they're so rigid. Okay? And as soon you deviate a little bit, they, oh my God, you're evil. And after 30 years, it's still that way. They still don't understand. I can understand you initially you're stupid, then I understand, But after 30, 40 years, you're still stupid? What's the matter with you? Come on, grow up. All right, so it's amazing when my teacher was around, his light of wisdom helped them see clearer. After he was gone, they made mistake after mistakes after mistakes because they could not see clearly. And you ask me, what's a benefit? What's a big deal? That's a big deal. You're hurting yourself. Ultimately, when you don't see clearly, you're only hurting yourself more than you think. Okay, and universally praised to contemplate and see this path. So this Mahasattva understood that. 682, the thus come one's experience emanate from his ocean of great kindness. In ages past, his cultivation was extremely pure.
如来方便大慈海，往劫修行极清净。
Okay, 683. Buddhas, in order to teach, they resort to the same thing, which is the use of expedience. That's the only way to teach living beings. So that's why in Mahayana, I hope my Sanghas pay attention. Why I call you 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G, 5Gs, and so forth. Okay? Because in Mahayana, okay, let me finish this point first and go back to that point. I want to do this before I forget. Okay? So you teach experience. Okay? The Buddhas, all Buddhas, in order to teach us, must use experience. That's the only way possible to reach us, to help us. Okay? And the use experience actually originated from, is driven by his ocean of great kindness. I didn't know that. I always knew about experience, but I didn't know the engine behind experience is actually great kindness. That's interesting to me. I didn't know it until yesterday when I started preparing for today's lecture. I said, wow, how come I didn't know that? Even you read the scriptures and you listen to the teaching. They said, the definition of great kindness, but nothing. I didn't know this detail until I prepared for this lecture. And this kindness here, okay, this great kindness, okay, is a source of your experience. So if you lack kindness in your heart, you can't help people. That's a corollary. You cannot teach and transform people. You think it's knowledge? You think it's smarts? No. The real critical thing is great kindness. What is great kindness? What is great kindness? Chinese. It's from Chinese definition. Tha Su is great kindness. What's the phrase? Yes in the back.
Is 无缘大智.
Exactly. Got that? Hey, young man. She's you are yawning now, but someday you'll be grateful to me for your Vasha seats. I help you become a policeman. Yeah? 无缘大慈. Okay? For those who have no conditions with you, this is why you resort to your great kindness. That's beautiful Chinese wisdom. We don't have it in the West. We don't. Let's steal it from them. They don't study these things anymore. They study, what do they study nowadays? Oh, engineering, AI. But what is that? Knowledge for a blip. The 无缘大慈 here is this timeline. Isn't that cool? So let's make it American. Steal it from them. Because they renounce it. The Chinese say, hey, we have better things to do in our lives, improve economy, rule the ocean. Yes, too.
Thank you, Master. Is there a translation for that?
No, it's not for Americans. How do you translate that Taiwanese person? Do ChatGPT. 无缘大慈. Translate. 无缘, no conditions.
No conditions.
Mhm. 无缘大慈. See, even the Chinese, the Taiwanese
I
don't
understand the Chinese.
The Chinese, they don't even get it. They don't even see. The Taiwanese lost it too. You see, Taiwanese lost it. You understand Chinese person? They don't either. You see, they never learned that either. Yes, too.
Thank you, Master. So, if I'm following correctly, great kindness is no conditions? Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
So,
see what they have. They translate, AI translates.
ultimately, I don't care what the Chinese means. I'm interested in the American definitions.
I know.
So,
We're trying to find a good translation.
If building on no conditions equals great kindness, that means you would have no requirements to be kind to somebody, no prerequisites. You're just kind.
So American. I'm waiting for ChatGPT. I'm just buying time, that's all. I'm no Chinese. What do you want from me? Yes, sir, in the back. Says.
Hello, 6? Okay. ChatGPT says Wu Yan Das means can be understood as great unconditional compassion or unconditional great kindness. It describes a type of compassion that is universal and not dependent on any specific conditions.
Agree with that Taiwanese person? She's also used ChatGPT. Yeah?
I don't know what it means.
You don't know what it means. How about Chinese person? Chinese people, Asian people.
It's okay for literal translation. Transliteration is fine.
Which is what?
Whatever he said.
Whatever he said.
But the Buddhism meanings was never explained.
I'm just curious. I'm just testing ChatGPT, that's all.
Those terminology are meant for to explain, not to just interpret out of the terminologies. They're normally jargons to be explained.
Don't make excuses for ChatGPT. I'm judging. Yes, Chinese person. You don't use AI? Doesn't your university subscribe?
I think long discriminated great compassion.
Great kindness. Compassion is bei. Tzu is kindness. JMT.
Nghe chưa?
Yeah, go ahead.
Đại từ tức là làm vui cho người khác một cách vô giới hạn. Đại tức là mục đích là không có giới hạn, không có điều kiện.
Yeah.
Duyên, vô là không. Duyên là theo cái điều kiện nào đó, theo cái không có theo cái điều kiện nào hết. Tức là khi một cái đại từ nó vô duyên, nó không có đòi hỏi một cái gì hết. Cũng như mặt trời rọi chúng ta đó, cho tất cả chúng sanh, mặt trời không có tính toán cái gì hết á. Thì Phật đối với chúng ta, đại từ của Phật là không có một cái tính toán phân biệt là anh phải da trắng da đen, hay là anh là súc vật, hay là anh là ma quỷ. Tất cả đều là đại từ, không có cái duyên, không có điều kiện nào hết á. Unconditional.
Very good. Yeah, you got it.
Master, so the great kindness is that you make people feel happy for others with no limitation, with no condition. So great is mean that no boundary. And then yuan is is condition, and wu mean no. So that we are we don't do that to follow any conditions. So that is called the great compassion. Great kindness. It's like the sun, when they shine on the earth, they shine it to everybody. No calculation, no discrimination, whether of the color of the skin, or they are the evil or bad or good person or the demon. Great kindness is that we kind to people with no condition.
Okay, very good. Excellent. Still more?